I suppose I took it because and this is a difficult one as an osteopath to say, but I don't believe that lying a patient on a couch and treating them manually is the optimal way to get them better and to keep them better.
Interesting.
And I think we should be empowering people to be able to look after themselves and to ask the questions that they need to ask and to make the decisions that will improve their lifestyle. And I think we see that everywhere. I think we see people like Dr. Chatterjee doing amazing things and giving people information that they can choose to use or not.
Yeah, I completely agree.
That's where this comes in, because you have to be quite skilled to get the information out of people and to give them those opportunities.
It's interesting, isn't it? I think a lot of us think that we have these communication skills and that we're good at talking to people, but there's ways to do it, and to do it effectively. So what was it about this course that you found particularly helpful? I know you've talked earlier a little bit about being able to sort of go back and refresh your mind with things. Was there anything else?
Well, you did a webinar in lockdown. You did the OARS webinar.
Yes.
And I found that really helpful and really well structured. And I think what I liked was actually your style. I like the fact that you seem very considered in the way you speak. You put into practice what you do. And I felt that made sense to me. I could see that you practice what you preach. And I think a lot of us don't.
Well, that's really kind of you to say. Thank you. That's really lovely feedback for me. But it's they're skills that I use every day, and they're skills that hopefully you, having completed the training and becoming more familiar with the skills, that they will change the way that you practice in a really positive way for you personally, but also for your patients. As you've said, empowering people, finding new ways to get them better that don't necessarily involve what we're doing hands-on, that involve how we're talking to people. We know that's where healthcare is going nowadays. We know that everybody has recognised the importance of that. So it's really, really great to be working with people who've recognised that as well.
I just think it's really well structured. I think it makes sense to me. I like the structure, and this has been really helpful. I think the one-to-one session, really helpful, because the biggest thing with the online work obviously is that you don't get the chance to practice, and having that chance to talk to you about it. Yes, obviously some of it is you're coaching me and I'm reflecting and I'm thinking about how I can help patients, and it's just an hour, but it's a really invaluable part of the course, I think. And it really draws it all together and gives me the motivation to try it and not put too much pressure on myself. And make me realise that I have to do it because it will improve patient experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It will have such a massive impact on your patients, also on you as a practitioner. And that's what we're hoping to do. We've got the Facebook group where you can come in, you can ask questions. Rhiannon and I, we try to be very active in terms of supporting people with their learning. So we've done the one-to-one today, but absolutely going forwards, ask us questions, use us. It's a new way of doing things, and we're here to help. That's what we want to do, is to support people in using these skills and make sure that you feel confident in doing it, because we recognise there's a lot to learn. We recognise that, and we want to help to make sure that you do actually use the skills, that it's not a course that you've taken that you think, I did that, I never really put the learning into practice. We want to make sure that you're able to do that and you feel confident doing that.
And I think that comes across as well.
Thank you.
I think we all think, you try to do your best, don't you? And you think, right, I know how to do open questions and that, but something's missing. And that something is quite a lot, it turns out.
Yeah.
And really worth spending time on. And then, as I said, this session today then shows me that you are interested in whether people are using, because there are so many courses, and especially online courses, you do it, but the fear factor stops you from implementing it. And this has, I think, added massive value to the course, and to your credibility as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, being a practitioner myself, I know the challenges of online learning. I know, I've done courses where I go away and I think, well, that was wonderful, but I just don't use it. So, there is no point in us putting a training course out there that people then don't use the skills. We want to support people in doing so. So, yeah, really, really happy to help and really glad that it's added so much value for what you're doing. So.